We do know, Chair Powell, is that this crisis has accelerated certain trends, digitalization, for example. And this will lead to certain changes in economies. There are firms that will never recover from the crisis. There are potentially sectors that may never recover from the crisis. We won't be traveling as much, for example. What worries you most about the long-term impact?
I would agree that what this crisis is in the process of doing is it is accelerating a lot of pre-existing technological change. So technological change raises productivity generally, and over long periods of time, those gains tend to be broadly shared. But in the short term, that may or may not be the case. And I, along with many others, will leave social media out of it, by the way, in terms of adding to productivity. Not sure I would say that for social media. But for other kinds of technology, I would say it. And in this particular situation, I would worry that the changes, we're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy. And it'll be one that is more leverage to technology, and I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers who, as Andrew just mentioned, it's relatively low-paid public-facing workers in the service sector who are bearing the brunt. This is largely minorities and women, or skewed toward minorities and women, and relatively low-paid. So those people are going to struggle to get back to work in their old jobs, or in many cases in new jobs. So, I think you'll see more telework. You'll see probably the acceleration of automation. All of that was in the process of happening, but you're going to see much more of it. And I guess that for me, the main takeaway from all of this is that even after the unemployment rate goes down and the economy is, and there's a vaccine, there's going to be probably a substantial group of workers who are going to need support as they find their way in the post-pandemic economy, because it's going to be different in some fundamental ways.